South Buffalo's Tim Kennedy was named the AHL's Rookie of the Month for February for the Portland Pirates, a month that featured his first career hat trick.
Well, he's great friends with Tim Kennedy, and he used to room with Nathan Gerbe. I'm talking about Chris Butler, who was called up in December. We sat down and talked with him and see how he's fitting into his role here as a Buffalo Sabre.
It was probably the biggest thrill I think I've ever had, putting on that NHL jersey for the first time.
And that thrill came December 19th, when the 22-year-old defenseman, Chris Butler, was called up to Buffalo from Portland.
A good friend of mine, a guy that's been great to me, is the assistant coach in LA, Jamie Compon, and it was pretty special to play that first game against LA and have him there and know that he was kind of cheering for me a little bit. And just knowing that I kind of had that little bit extra support there, I think really meant a lot to me. But it was, I mean, dream come true, whatever you want to call it. It was pretty nerve-wracking, I think. I mean, I got in about 1:30, 2 in the morning the night before because my flight was delayed. And it's like all the horror stories you hear about, you know, your first call up and you're so excited and you get to the airport and you think everything's just going to be perfectly smooth, and then my flight's delayed. And then I've got Timmy Kennedy's dad's nice enough to pick me up at 1:30 in the morning from the airport, so I don't have to take a cab. And it was, I think it was really nice to kind of have that extra little bit of support group in Jamie and obviously Timmy's dad there.
So needless to say, you really didn't sleep that night before?
No, I didn't. I think I was at the rink at about 9 the next morning, so probably fell asleep around 2:33.
But the lack of sleep didn't seem to affect his game.
And then you get an assist that night. What was that? I mean, that you got to play that over and over and over in your mind.
Yeah, that definitely topped it off. It was a nice way to make the score sheet your first night. You know, I figured I'd probably do it for a hooking penalty or something like that, trying to adjust to the speed, but I was pleased with the way the first one went.
You come from Portland, you're here in Buffalo. Now you have to make another adjustment. How difficult, and what adjustments did you have to make now playing in the NHL?
The first thing I had to do was shop for some clothes. I always thought I was going to be here for about 3 games. It was kind of the understanding at the beginning, so I brought a pair of jeans, a long sleeve t-shirt, a collared t-shirt, and a suit. And after about a week, those all kind of got dirty in a hurry, so I had to take a little bit of the money that I got here for per diem and stuff like that and go shopping for a bit. So that was kind of nice to have more than 2 things to wear.
It's a nice problem to have, isn't it?
It was.
Chris had to adjust not only his clothing style, but his style of play.
Everything's a step up. Everything is that much quicker. Everybody's that much stronger. And I think the part that made it the easiest for me was the communication level I had with guys on the team, and guys like Teppo and Craig Rivet, and telling me, you know, expect this, look for this in these type of players. And I think that helped me, that really helped me, I think, kind of get settled in and kind of adjust to that big jump, while at the same time thinking, you know, holy cow, this is so much faster. This is the NHL. Like, you know, do I really deserve to be here? Can I play here? And all those things are going through your mind, and these guys were there to kind of help settle me down. So I think that was really key for me.
Do you feel a little more secure now in your position here? Or is it always, you know, could be heading back?
It's always in the back of your mind, just because on a 2-way deal, you kind of know that you're disposable at any time, which is kind of the bad thing. But I think that fear of getting sent down, I think, is a pretty good motivator.
It's really harder.
Every day. I think it lets you know that there's no real room for error. And yeah, you might squeeze your stick a little tighter sometimes, but at the same time, I think it makes you know that, look, you have to be prepared. You can't take any nights off. And I think that's been a really big motivator.
You know, you were talking about some of the guys taking you under their wing, one of which become a really, I think, good buddy to you. It's Andrew Peters.
He's been awesome. Andrew and his wife and their big mastiff there have been pretty good to me over the last couple months. And I kind of got stuck here at Christmas time with, I had already scheduled a flight to leave from Portland a long time ago, obviously with Christmas time, try to get a good deal, and then I get called up, and I think I was supposed to leave the night we were playing Pittsburgh, so I ended up getting stuck here for Christmas, and they took me in. I mean, newly married couple, it's their first Christmas time, and they took me in, and Andrew ended up buying me Christmas presents, and I mean, like, it was pretty awesome, pretty special feeling. I mean, I'd known them for 3 or 4 days, and for them to do that really meant a lot to me, really went a long way.